wanted to ask y'all about something. This is crazy to me. The class of 93. I've seen y'all like kind of use this in your branding and talk about it. And I wrote down some of the debut albums that came out in 1993, including yours, Wu-Tang, Enter the 36 Chambers, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, Onyx, Back the Fuck Up, Black Moon, Enter the Stage, Freestyle Fellowship, Alcoholics, Fat Joe, Lords of the Underground, Mobb Deep, Akinelli, The Beat Nuts, and then back in the Bay in Northern California, SIBO, Gas Chamber, Total Devastation, Dre Dog, E40 Federal, first solo album, Be Legit, first solo album, Ant Banks, first solo album, Mac Mall, The Coup, Conscious Daughters, San Quinn, and Drew motherfucking Down.
Yeah.
What the fuck was going on in 1993, man? That is like, that was the year to drop, man.
Yeah. It was different.
What the fuck?
It was different, man.
Was there like a shift in, because when I think about an album like Doggy Style or Wu-Tang, it's like a huge shift compared to what was going on before, or, I mean, what was y'all perspective on that?
Let me say this. It's really 1992.
Okay.
I'm going to tell y'all why. Because back then, it took albums almost a year to come out after they were made. It's not like now where you can just make your album, okay, send it to mix, send it to master, and it's coming out in 2 weeks after we go through it. It wasn't like that back then. It was like, it took longer to record it.
To
actually make it, it took longer to record. To manufacture. Then you had to go through the red tape of like, we didn't have Photoshop. We didn't have none of that stuff. So you're talking about X-Acto blades and real film photography, waiting for the film to come back, all kind of stuff. So all of that stuff really happened in 92, and then it dropped in 93. So props to 1992, you know what I'm saying? And that happens to be our graduation year too, so I'm a little more partial to 1992. So we really are class of 92, but nah, that year is incredible, man. All the music that came out, and then I feel like for the next like at least 2 years that the ball was still rolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. At least until 96 for sure. Yeah. And then those were just the debut albums. I didn't even name like the sophomore follow-up albums.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because KRS-One, that's one you didn't mention. That came out the same day as our album.
Yep.
Because those two. So Jive was like, we're going to release y'all the same day as KRS-One, which is like the ultimate respect to us.
Right. And then how does it feel to like, I saw this article come out, I think it was a couple years ago, where Andre 3000 was talking about how him and Eminem used to just go back and forth on the phone reciting y'all lyrics. How did y'all, and if you think about their styles and your styles, it kind of makes sense in retrospect. I mean, how does that make y'all feel, man?
I say it's a huge compliment because, you know, they got a lot of success and they don't even have to talk about that. You know what I mean? They choose to highlight our contribution and our influence on them. And we fans of them. We fans first. We always say that. We love hip-hop music in general. We've been fans from day one and we still remain fans to this day. So I think one of the main reasons of what motivated us in the beginning was to kind of earn the respect of our peers. We saw these great MCs out there. We knew it was other cats in the wings. You know what I mean? Like you mentioned, Freestyle Fellowship, the Alcoholics, Far Side brothers like that was doing their thing. We wanted to earn their respect as well. And even in the OGs also. So when you see someone that's that accomplished, you know, Andre 3000, Eminem, they get mentioned in the top 5, you know? So for them to actually speak on us like that, it's the respect is mutual, but it mean a lot coming from them for sure, and it's an honor to have them highlight us like that. It definitely feels good. I mean, Eminem shouted us out when he was doing that long thing when he just shouted out all those rappers. I mean, that was crazy. That was
fame acceptance speech.
Yeah, I mean, just the way that he did that, because he shouted out so many people, and you know what I mean. That just shows, you know, that's in the same way that we talk about we humble or whatever. Like that's love and respect.
Yeah, and I think that, it just it speaks to that. Like I said, when you talk about the class of 93, y'all are part of these emerging voices in hip hop at the time. It's not just this one song. It's not just this one album. It's y'all coming into the game at this time, putting it down for yourselves and the rest of the crew with Hieroglyphics.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.